In unveiling the mysteries of Viking life, we embark on a journey to explore the lesser-known aspects of a civilization often shrouded in stereotypes and myth. Contrary to the popular image of Vikings as mere pillagers, their society was complex and multifaceted, marked by a profound connection with nature, advanced seafaring technology, and a unique legal and social system. Understanding these dimensions is crucial for appreciating the nuances of Viking existence, which extend far beyond the confines of the classroom tales of raiders in horned helmets. The significance of delving into the secrets of Viking life lies in the opportunity to challenge and expand our perceptions of history. By exploring their sophisticated craftsmanship, democratic assemblies, and cultural expressions, such as the intricate storytelling found in sagas, we uncover a civilization that contributed significantly to European development. One illuminating example of Viking ingenuity is their advanced shipbuilding techniques. Their longships, equipped with innovative designs like a shallow draft, allowed for navigation through both open seas and shallow rivers, facilitating trade and exploration from North America to the Middle East. These ships were not just vehicles of conquest, but also enabled cultural exchanges and economic prosperity. Another fascinating aspect is the Althing, one of the earliest forms of democratic governance. Established in Iceland around 930 AD, the Althing was a gathering where laws were made and disputes settled, illustrating a commitment to social order and collective decision-making. This assembly underscores the Vikings' sophisticated approach to governance, countering the image of them as solely anarchic warriors. While these insights enrich our understanding, they also invite debate. Some scholars argue that the romanticized view of the Vikings as peaceful traders neglects the realities of their violent raids and the suffering they inflicted. Others point to the challenges in deciphering truth from legend, as much of our knowledge comes from sagas that blend fact and fiction. These mysteries are not isolated. They weave into the broader tapestry of Viking life, influencing their trade networks, cultural practices, and societal structures. By illuminating these secrets, we not only gain a deeper comprehension of Viking culture, but also of how their legacy echoes in modern societies, affecting legal systems, maritime navigation, and cultural narratives. This investigation sets the stage for a rich exploration of a world never fully captured in the pages of school textbooks, encouraging a more comprehensive view of history. The concept of the everyday lives of Vikings beyond the myths delves into the true nature of Viking daily existence, stripping away the layers of myth and legend often perpetuated by popular culture. While Vikings are frequently portrayed as ruthless raiders and warriors, their everyday lives were far more multifaceted, deeply rooted in farming, craftsmanship, trade, and familial bonds. This perspective is significant because it humanizes Vikings, portraying them as more than just marauders of the past. They were a society with complex social structures and diverse roles, similar in many ways to other historical communities. One example of this nuanced view of Viking life is their agricultural expertise. Many Vikings were skilled farmers and took pride in cultivating the land for crops such as barley, rye, and oats, and raising livestock like cattle, sheep, and pigs. Instead of constantly raiding, they spent much of their time tending to their farms, which were essential for their sustenance and economic stability. Another example is the Vikings' trading prowess. They were accomplished merchants, establishing trade routes that stretched from the Byzantine Empire to the Middle East. Their longships, more often vessels of trade than war, facilitated these interactions and showcased their impressive nautical skills. Historians and archaeologists have long supported this broader vision of Viking life. For instance, evidence from settlements like those at Birka in Sweden or Jorvik in what is now York, England, reveals bustling communities with thriving marketplaces and a rich exchange of goods and culture. However, challenges and controversies accompany this viewpoint. The historical record is biased towards the dramatic sagas and warring image, partly because these stories were propagated by those they had conquered. This skewed perspective can lead to resistance in reshaping popular narratives. While demystifying the everyday lives of Vikings, it is crucial to acknowledge the influence of their martial exploits on their culture. The duality of their existence, where one could engage in farming and raiding, highlights the adaptive nature of Viking society and their resilience in the face of harsh environments. Understanding the quotidian aspects of Viking life provides a foundational understanding from which the audience can explore the broader secrets of their society, ranging from their legal systems and social hierarchies to their beliefs in Norse mythology and the impact of their voyages on the world. This approach invites a more comprehensive exploration of Viking history, bridging the gap between legend and reality. In exploring Viking social structure, hierarchies, and roles, we delve into a complex and nuanced society that was far from the simplistic barbarian image often depicted in popular culture. The Viking social hierarchy was stratified, featuring distinct classes with their own roles and responsibilities. At the top were the nobles, or jarls, who were powerful landowners and leaders. They held significant sway over the political and military affairs of their communities. Below them were the free men, known as carls, who made up the majority of the Viking population. They were farmers, traders, and warriors who enjoyed a degree of freedom and rights. At the bottom were the thralls, the enslaved people who had very few rights and performed menial labor. Understanding the Viking social structure is crucial as it sheds light on how the society was organized and operated, influencing everything from Viking raids and exploration to their political systems and everyday life. For example, the jarls were instrumental in organizing and leading raids, driven by both a desire for wealth and a means of maintaining their status. Meanwhile, the carls provided the manpower required for these expeditions and defended their settlements, highlighting the essential roles within the hierarchy. One real-world application of this hierarchy can be seen in the Viking Thing, a local assembly where free men could voice their opinions and settle disputes, showcasing a proto-democratic element within their society despite its stratification. Another example is the complex Norse legal system, which, although created and enforced by the jarls, often required consensus among the free men, emphasizing the interconnectedness of the social structure. While many historians view the Viking social system as surprisingly sophisticated, some criticisms point to the harsh realities faced by lower classes, particularly thralls, who endured severe limitations on their freedom and rights. Others argue the system's reliance on slavery was a blight on otherwise progressive social practices. Moreover, some suggest that the fluidity within the social hierarchy, with thralls occasionally earning their freedom or carls amassing enough wealth and reputation to rise in status, provides a more dynamic picture than rigid class structures suggest. This stratification directly influences other aspects of Viking life, such as their legal systems, economic practices, and even religious rituals, where different classes may have held varying beliefs or practices. Recognizing these social roles allows for a more comprehensive understanding of Viking society, moving beyond myths to appreciate their cultural sophistication and adaptability. Navigating the seas, Viking shipbuilding and exploration is a pivotal aspect of understanding the lesser-known intricacies of Viking life. At its core, this concept refers to the advanced shipbuilding techniques and navigational prowess that enabled the Vikings to explore and raid vast distances across Europe and beyond. The Vikings built sophisticated longships known for their speed, agility, and ability to traverse both open sea and shallow rivers, crucial attributes for their expeditions. These ships were crucial not just for raiding, but also for establishing trade routes and new settlements, showcasing the dual nature of Viking expeditions as both warriors and traders. The significance of this point cannot be overstated. Shipbuilding and navigation were the lifeblood of Viking expansion and cultural influence. The Vikings' maritime skills facilitated not only brutal conquests, but also the exchange of goods, culture, and technology. For instance, the construction of the Oseberg ship, unearthed in Norway, showcases the Vikings' remarkable craftsmanship with its intricate carvings and advanced structural design. This ship and others like it allowed Vikings to reach as far as North America, centuries before Columbus, as evidenced by settlements in Newfoundland at L'Anse aux Meadows. Exploration and shipbuilding also influenced the Vikings' interactions with other societies, as seen with their voyages to Constantinople. Serving as mercenaries for the Byzantine Empire, they brought back influences that enriched their own culture while cementing their reputation as formidable seafarers. However, there are challenges and controversies associated with this narrative. Some historians argue that the portrayal of Vikings as primarily raiders overlooks their contributions as traders and explorers. Critics highlight the romanticized view of Viking mobility, suggesting that not all their sea voyages were as successful or glorious as some texts claim. Moreover, navigating by sun compasses and landmarks was fraught with perils, as it was largely contingent on favorable weather conditions and inherent geographical knowledge. This aspect of Viking life is interwoven with other facets of their society, including their economic systems and social structures. The ability to travel long distances enabled the Vikings to bring back wealth and new technologies, influencing their domestic lives and societal hierarchy. Understanding Viking navigation and shipbuilding thus provides a broader perspective on how they transformed from isolated Scandinavian tribes to influential figures on the medieval world stage. The story of Viking exploration is not just about conquest and adventure, but also about the exchange and adaptability that forged a bridge between diverse cultures.